We got Mick Foley walking down the hall. Annie Lederman killing it today for us, who's working with Jimmy at the Stress Factory this weekend.
Yeah, Annie's very funny, very honest comic, which I love.
I'm depressed watching Mick Foley walk down the hall.
Why?
He's hurting. Limping? Yeah, he's hurting. He fucking gave up. He gave the world his body.
Nice. I wonder if
so did I. I gave my college my body, my high school.
Nice.
The local gym.
Mick. Wow, he's
really
moving slower, dude.
I wonder if he has arthritis. I wonder if it's arthritis.
I mean, did you guys talk shit on me while I was walking in?
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
Sorry. It wasn't that bad, though.
Did you say I was a cunt?
No. I figured that would
You're
just...
like, her dad hates her and she deserves it.
Mick Foley in studio.
Right here.
You're over here.
You're in Anthony's seat. Right?
Ann went home early. You're in Ann's seat. And then we're going to put Jeffrey Tambor over there, who I hear you're a big fan of. From Arrested Development and whatnot.
Yeah.
You got Santa Claus shirts?
For you guys, yeah.
What's up with the leg? You all right? You're starting to hurt a little bit, huh?
This is a bad day.
Is it arthritis?
You know what? It's a combination of so many things I should not have done to myself.
That's what I was telling Annie Lederman.
Yeah.
You fucking sacrificed your body for everyone's entertainment.
If I had known. Well, this was just...
What would you do?
It was just
a wrestling...
Yeah, but what would you do if you had known? Did you have an alternate?
Same thing.
Yeah.
No, I would have...
He did some crazy shit, man, for real.
I would have... I would have not done some of the things I did in front of the smaller crowds.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of what...
Save it for the big fucking pay-per-views, right,
but
Mick?
you can't think that way when that's all... You know, you leave it all out there on the stage.
Because you might not get to the fucking WrestleMania if you don't make the smaller crowds happy, too.
So what do you got, a little arthritis happening here and there?
Man... Are we on the air?
Yeah.
We are?
Oh, yeah. I thought you knew that.
We're on the air? I don't mean to sound so forlorn. No. Now I'm
all right, I'm ready to broadcast anyway.
Yeah, no, it's a bad back day for me. There's a lot of, Annie, there's a lot of different issues. That's right. You caught me on the air saying I shouldn't have done some of the things.
That was smart.
I mean...
but you're just showing what kind of guy you are by saying that. That maybe you probably shouldn't have fucking given it your all.
But, you know, when
for Schenectady or fucking...
I'm talking about the Southwest when there was a few hundred people on hand, and I would think to myself, hey, you know, there might be 2 or 3 people who drove 300 miles, and they want to see some, some
great.
Cactus Jack stuff.
So, of course you should say that on the air. People should know that you never fucking called it in.
But here's the irony, and even though we hate the use word irony, is that then when you get to where there's 15,000 people a night, then you look at it and you're like, wow, I better save something for tomorrow, you know? So in that way, you're not giving as much of yourself on the big stage as you were every night. And that's what, not that I mean to clumsily segue into the shows that I'm doing, including
Caroline's.
That's the big one for me. And if any of you guys could make it there, I'd be deeply indebted.
What day is Caroline's?
It's Sunday night, June 1st.
All right, we're a week away.
And
week from Sunday.
And the big deal for me is that because whenever I come on, you guys are like, oh, what do you do? Tell me about the show. And I've got the old Mr. Miyagi clip, and I'm glad to say that the best thing that ever happened to me was I went to Montreal and I saw Jim in Montreal.
Yep. And
that's when I finally got the message that, oh, okay, if people want to hear someone talk about something other than wrestling, there's like 3,000 other places to go. And if you want to do something in this business, then you better stick to what it is that people like about you and find a way then to make the stories interesting for yourself. So once I got that message, it was like, man, just the comfort level took off, and I accepted who I was. And so June 1st, WWE's coming to Caroline's to film the show, not for broadcast, but so that the big guys can look at it. And my hope and my feeling is that once they see what I do, they're gonna like it. They'll be like, oh.
But what do they want to? What could they do with it?
Well, I think right now they see it as a wild departure. I know that when a couple of the WWE guys came to one of my shows a while back, they were like, "Don't be doing that Mr. Miyagi skit with him." Like they think that's what I do is talk about loads, and that's only partially what I do. That's what Annie does.
I talk about taking them.
By the way, my favorite part right now is Annie can't figure out how to get her chair down.
I'm like hunched over. I'm straddling the fucking thing. I'm just gyrating.
You know Annie? She's a very funny stand-up as well there.
I don't know her, but I'm going to get to know her by way of a Santa Claus
She's going
t-shirt.
places. She's going places.
This is a St. Mick t-shirt, and When Jeffrey's interview's done, I'll tell you about the documentary I'm doing. And here you go. I have a medium
Annie.
as well, if that would fit.
Why is this a small and you think I'm a medium? You piece of garbage. Have you seen my tits? I'm like a child's extra small.
Yeah, you really know how to charm them, Mick.
I was just throwing
I'll
over.
take double X, you fat pig. You want this? I mean, am I the dumbest?
What do you
human?
got left there,
I
Mick?
have a medium and I have an XL. What do you guys want? Do you want
I'll take a medium, Mick,
Jimmy's-
obviously.
Sure.
Why don't you and Annie exchange mediums and larges?
Jimmy,
Yeah, let's exchange
You have a
stuff.
large?
Yeah.
No, I need a medium.
All right, there you go.
Jimmy's at a medium, Mick. I'm working my way down to a medium
Let
again.
me see
finally.
what we have here for Opie. It's
need
a
a
large. It's gonna.
I can handle a large.
A little nightshirt. There.
Not happy that I can handle
There we
large,
go.
but we're working on it.
It's
Would you wear this, Sam?
Annie, just so you know, he's obsessed with Christmas, obviously.
Yeah.
And he has a Christmas room in his. You still have the Christmas room,
Oh,
right?
you better believe I have a Christmas room.
And the kids.
That's really crazy,
The kids still
by the
into
way.
the Christmas
I like
room,
it.
or they're like, Dad,
no,
it's time to move on.
They love it. They love it. But they're part of this.
What's in the Christmas room?
It is a collection of artwork, Santa-themed artwork from some of our great Santa artists.
Do you have a Christmas tree constantly in there?
Of course we do. Yeah, we have a Christmas tree.
Does it get dusty during the year?
I haven't thought about that yet.
No?
I'm sure it could probably use a little
Can you
cleaning.
move the ornaments around at least?
Yeah,
Because most people hate their Christmas tree by January 1st.
It's.
How do you do it all year long?
you just keep a little bit of that Christmas spirit alive.
I mean,
Fake snow?
Christmas is depressing for me.
Why?
It's depressing for most people.
I mean, I just had
They
a
just don't want to
shitty
admit it.
childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like good now. Like my family's good now, but it was like not good.
What
And
was
so then I think
what was the number one thing about your childhood?
I was like slightly autistic. I hated being touched. I hated being. It was like everything hurt.
You hope
was
that
bad.
was autism. No kidding. Fucking depressed. Come on, autism.
I had a tickling uncle too. I mean, I think we all did. I just thought that was a
You
given.
might just have a bad memory.
But Annie, in the same way that I probably wouldn't change anything, even though it's come back to haunt me, right? These little problems you had made you who you are.
Being
on stage,
tickled made
right?
me who I am. Yeah. My dad takes full credit because my dad used to call. He was like a little bit verbally abusive, so he would call me a cunt and stuff. And
Whoa!
He loves it.
He dropped the C word on you?
Yeah, we came up with a good joke the other day. I was with him, and it was like,
No.
I'm like, Dad, you say tomato, or I'm like, I say tomato, and you say you're a selfish cunt. That was like our little father-daughter joke we had the other day.
Isn't that nice, Mick?
He loves it.
You can't do that in this country.
See, the point is,
And
she
not
doesn't
in
need a
this
Christmas
country.
room. With that relationship, who needs a Christmas
I
room?
mean, my dad's awesome.
Right.
You know, he told me the truth, you know,
There you
about
go.
my personality, and now I know, and
And you open for Jim quite often?
We work together.
not enough.
Enough.
Is that
I'm
weird
working
that I said that
this
and gazed
weekend.
into his eyes?
Stress Factory. Hey, Mick,
Yes.
did you discover the snowing Christmas tree? That's what I bought this year.
What did you get?
A snowing Christmas tree.
No,
What's
what's
wrong with
that?
you? You got a Christmas
No,
room?
no.
You don't have
Tell me.
a snowing Christmas tree
Tell me
yet?
what's going on.
It fucking snows.
All right, I need.
Well, what else do you
that
need to know?
information. I need to know
That's
where I
hard
can
to
get
understand.
one.
It
is what I-
shoots up.
It shoots up like a fucking sprinkler, but it's fake snow, and it
That's
comes down on your Christmas
Gotta
tree.
cause
I'll do
cancer.
it.
You know what? You're probably
There's
right.
no way you're not gonna have a little tumor from that one.
Yeah.
man.
Snowy
Hey,
Christmas tree next year. Matter of fact, I hated it. You could have it. I'll just give it
I
to you
would
for
love
free.
it,
Now that
man.
you heard about the cancer,
You would love it.
Bring
No,
it to.
it's just-
Yeah, here you go, Mick.
If you bring it to Caroline's,
June
Oh my
1st?
God!
yeah, I'll have it on the stage. And
Really?
I've invited Santa. Just before we stop talking about all the Santa stuff, I do have a documentary, and the Kickstarter comes in for all the post-production costs on June 3rd. It's IamSantaClausMovie.com for all those cool prizes.
Well, we still have a
and things
minute or
like
two
that.
before Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
What's the movie about? What's the gist?
You know what?
What's your little fucking angle on
You
this?
remember Beyond the Mat, right?
Of course.
All right, it's Beyond the Mat with Santa Clauses. And instead of being the grizzled veteran in Beyond the Mat, I'm the rookie Santa who learns the joy of becoming.
I mean,
did you
wait,
see
I
my-
just feel.
You've lost
see my
your mind,
photos
Nick.
as Santa?
Do you?
I
Are you?
haven't, no.
But do you? You have a
You've lost your
character
mind.
that's Santa? Is
There
that
it
what's
is.
going on?
Yeah, put
There you
up Google Mick Foley
hold
Santa,
on, guys.
and you'll
Here's the
see
stone.
how good
Wait,
it is.
there's the
stone Christmas tree,
I need
okay?
that tree.
That's why I'm bringing it
I
up.
need that tree.
That's why I'm bringing it up. There's the snowing Christmas tree,
This
Mick.
looks like it's jizzing.
Yeah.
A little bit. I wish you hadn't put it that way.
All right, but they're gonna. The
I'm
next
sorry
model's
to
gonna be
ruin,
better.
I need that tree,
Christmas,
Opie.
but
I
everyone
have
must
it
feel
and
the
I
way
hate
feel.
it, so I will give it to you.
It's awful.
It's slightly used. I only used it one season,
That's
and I will
awful.
never put it in my house again.
I love it.
Oh, look, and then it
You have to
all
have a tub?
collects.
Got a little
Yes, you have to
receptacle
have a
there.
tub. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. You have
Yes,
to
you
have
have to have a
close-up on it.
tub.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Annie.
I was trying to make it look a little
It's just
sexy
gonna give a
with
hole
my,
in your
with
wrist.
my
Can
angles.
you Google
when I shot.
up Google Mick Foley and Santa Claus, and then show the gang here what
Why?
comes up.
Why would we do
It's
that?
beautiful. Watch this. You will not be disappointed.
I like.
But not
Okay.
not that
Oh,
one.
boy.
Go a little further down
But
to where
Santa-
we actually have the beard and everything.
Which one?
There's something about a guy who wants little kids' buttholes on their knee
No,
that makes
no,
me
that's-
concerned. And I'm not saying you.
Right.
I don't think.
But the
there's-
majority-
that was me being run over on Raw. That was a good
yeah.
moment.
Oh, that's cool.
As Santa.
And that's why he's limping down the hall now. Thanks a lot, Vince.
I did it in the Southwest.
Vince should give you a little fucking money.
I don't know why we can't find the toughest thing
He
about
should
that.
mail you a check every once in a while.
Look, I'd become Santa, and oh yeah, the one me and my daughter right there. Bang, put that
That's
up.
your daughter?
That's my daughter, Noelle.
She's so pretty.
You got a very pretty daughter.
How old is she?
now? Oh,
She's
It's better when I say it. Better than
sounds kind of creepy.
Sure, let me take that one.
She doesn't have a tickling uncle either. Noelle is 19 years old.
I asked that because
I
when we
mean-
first started hanging out with you, she was 4 or 5.
She was
man.
the child that was crying and beyond the
I
mat.
mean, you can't back out of this
And
one.
no. Look, what I love
she's
about
cute.
this photo is not only
beautiful.
do I make a good Santa there, don't I?
You
Annie?
look great.
But
It's
my
shocking
daughter,
that's you.
that really is me. Real white beard and everything. But my daughter, you can see, like, there's no resentment. There's no, like, oh, my dad is completely ridiculous.
She has light in her eyes.
She's digging me, yeah.
I wonder what that's like.
She's got light in her eyes.
Is that a foreign?
You dress up like a good Santa, though, Mick.
I took a lot of pride in it. And then I showed up at Raw, and they asked me if I could be run over by Alberto Del Rio.
I know.
And you're like,
Once
duh.
again, Vince has to fucking beat your body up. Thanks, Vince. Can I just be Santa Claus and it be a nice fucking hot thing?
Do you only draw wrestling
Jesus.
fans when you do stand up?
You know what? I wish that was not the case. This is where I'm at. I'm about 95 wrestling fans. But those other 5% are usually like the really dedicated women, girlfriends, wives.
Of
Well,
the guys, yeah.
they'll go out of their way to tell me that they had no idea what to expect and they really enjoyed it.
That's what you should, but that's what you want when in this business. You want to draw people who are there to hear what you don't want to talk about just anything. It's like that's your area.
Yeah.
You have a tremendous real experience.
Well, once I saw that that was what people wanted, like I said, when I went to Montreal and really got the bigger picture, like the show's picked up dramatically. Attendance has been much better now that people know that they're going to hear stories that interest them, and then I make it fun for the non-fans as well.
I can't imagine like being likable and having people like want to see. That must be so nice. People are like, ugh.
Mick, you should do the Santa thing at a mall this year.
I mean,
You know what's
Why not? Wait,
Really,
why is
mall
that
job
bad?
left.
There's nothing wrong with them.
a mall Santa?
He would make a great mall Santa.
That was me at Santa's Village.
I mean, it does. I mean, it's really incredible.
Why is Sam laughing at that? When you would love to be a mall Santa,
Well,
that's
here's
the
the thing.
ultimate place to be Santa Claus.
Well, the mall Santa, has. Imagine Vince
long
McMahon
hours,
is your mall Santa boss, and you have to answer to him.
Right.
I'm a freelancer. So once I saw, honestly, what happened is once I had that picture, I texted Stephanie McMahon. I was in the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and I was like, really be ashamed to only do this once. And I thought she's got 3 children, like she'll get it. So I just said, hey, if I send you a photo, will you take a look at it? She went, sure. And I sent that photo, and I said, ho, 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 from St. Mick. And she was like, that's you? I was like, yeah, can I be Santa on tribute to the troops? And next thing I know, I'm up there waving. And it was great because people who'd known me 15 years, like the Big Show, are like going, who's that guy? He looks familiar. And people
Really?
Like, Mick Foley. Yeah. It was nice.
So you didn't tell anyone at first.
I wanted to be, I wish I hadn't shown up with the bleach blonde beard because I wanted to be the guy that all the other wrestlers couldn't stand, where I'd walk up to Damian Sandow and say, like, you don't look like a wrestler. Maybe you need to take some steroids. And just get the word coming around like, Santa's a dick, man.
I like that you dyed it blonde. You're like hot Santa.
Well, you have to dye it
Like
as blonde
some-
as. That's not the way I saw it. We don't think of Santa as hot in our household.
I mean, this is
Might
why.
be.
This is a question.
Okay.
I've told you my history.
I know, and I'm
You
that's
should
why
be flattered. She thinks you make
I
a
am.
hot Santa.
Well,
again, I'm slipping off my seat.
what you do, Annie, is you get it as blonde as you possibly can, and then you use a little lightener. But if you try to lighten a dark beard, it just comes across like a mountain of sludge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You get like orange,
No, you just get,
fire mouth.
You get, not firemouth, you get it gray, like a molten nothing.
Wait, is that a picture? Is that your real beard dyed? Or
That's
no?
my real beard
I mean,
dyed, yeah.
I think that's why it looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I thought
wait,
that was a fucking
did it come
fake.
out?
No.
But then you had that beard. You shaved it or what?
Well, here's the
Afterwards?
deal. I was in this situation where I was doing a
Jesus, he could grow
children's
some
book.
facial hair, huh?
I was doing a children's fuck. I had a children's book out, and I didn't want to confuse kids. So before I went and did my book signings, I would spray my white bleach beard dark. And so there's a segment of me on the Today Show where I just look like the Wolfman. I just look hideous. And you know what? Here's where subtlety really works in most cases. And I'm there on the Today Show, and they show a clip of Tribute to the Troops, and instead of going, "Hey, that guy looks vaguely familiar," the guy goes, "That looks a lot like you, Mick." And so I tried covering it, like, come on, keep some imagination alive. Like,
My
if
God.
you know. But I did look like the Wolfman, so I was spraying my bleached beard dark so as not to confuse the children.
You are such a good person.
Yeah,
It
he
makes
really
me
is.
uncomfortable. It makes me feel
Really?
weird.
Are you attracted to bad men?
I mean, whoa. We really took this to another level. Of course.
It's a touchy question.
Of course. I love to be choked. Is that what you asked? No. Okay.
You ever choke a broad, Mick?
Never. No, that's not something I...
They like it. Try it.
Not something they encouraged at Ward Belleville?
No, I mean, it's,
High school?
Look, there's something for everyone out there. I've got some, some...
Somewhat, Mick.
I guess
Some
some
cake?
things I
You
like.
got a little freaky side to you,
Tell
Mick?
us.
Come on.
When I went to Australia, I was kind of searching for a former girlfriend. And, like, there's no way anyone could find out unless you say tweet about it, in which case I call home from Australia. And my 9-year-old goes, "Dad, Mom's really angry with you." And I said, "How come?" He says, "She knows you're looking for your ex-girlfriend." And I said, "Listen, buddy, you have to understand, that was 25 years ago, and that woman would probably be 68 or 69 years old by now." And I can hear him head off, and he gets back on the phone, and he goes, "Mom says that's just the way you like them."
Oh, you like him a little old, Mick?
You
went old?
I like old. I like.
You went old when you were younger?
No, my
love
wife
this.
is 52, and to me, she
How old
gets
are you,
hotter
Mick?
every year. I'll be 48 next
Oh,
week.
okay.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. But I like a little seasoning.
I mean, this
seasoning.
is great. This is so good for me to be at the. I can't believe you're all freaks. I love it.
So when I'm hanging around the WWE divas, even though I acknowledge they're beautiful, it's much more like a Big Brother feel. Like I'm
Would you
not.
have sex? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you have sex with Helen Mirren?
Yes. Yeah, I will admit
There's
that
something sexy about it.
Yeah.
It's funny that you're sitting in the same seat as Anthony, who has the exact opposite.
The opposite. Yeah, there's some.
I'm 15 years too old for Anthony.
Listen. Can I make a shocking?
Oh, sure.
All right, life on the road can be lonely and tough, and I'm in a great degree of pain.
Yeah.
And I will admit that I touched myself during the episode of Saturday Night Live that Helen Mirren hosted. To completion. So.
Why don't you?
Me too.
Yeah.
I jerked off to one of her movies too.
Which one?
Caligula.
Yeah, but she was young back then.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But she was
talking
topless
You're kidding me.
in Caligula.
You want to see the picture? Picture?
Can we get
The picture?
confirmation from Miss Mirren's people that she wouldn't mind that? Because one of my
I
stories.
think she wouldn't mind.
No, she's got to know what's happening.
Yeah, she'd be all right.
She's
with
better
that.
tits than me.
She has great tits, right?
She's got
Yeah, it's
big and
beautiful.
heavies there, Mick.
Let's
Let's get the
Brad-
picture up for you. please.
Again, beauty is in
Please.
the eye of the beholder, and I love breasts of all shapes and sizes.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Mine are a little young.
Wait, who's your porn star again?
I had
The one you
Christy
really
Canyon.
like. Yeah,
Christy
right.
Canyon.
Christy Canyon.
Kay
yeah.
Parker. But you remember I had a.
Kay Parker, very, very nice, British.
I
The
don't know
mother
Kay
in
Parker.
Taboo and Taboo 2.
There you go. Yeah.
You guys, this is horrifying.
Wait, that's Helen Mirren?
No, that's
now, though. I mean,
She looks, but they look
They
great
still look great. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
all right. That's a little rough.
No,
I'm not.
she looks like Roger Daltrey.
I'm done. I'm
As if
done with my
that's a
Helen
bad
Mirren
thing there,
fetish.
Jim.
Mick, you're alone on this one. I used to think, yeah, all right, no way. What
No,
movie is
yeah.
that from?
I don't know. She was getting naked just a few years ago.
I mean, she looks
yeah.
good.
For an older woman, she's probably 70 years old.
60, 67, 68.
She
Yes.
looks like my dad a little bit.
Definitely. In a heartbeat.
Which I'm into.
If I had approval from my wife, that is.
Oh,
How long you been married, Mick?
Yeah. 23 years.
All right.
Yeah, I don't. As far as I know, I don't have a free pass. But I'm going to ask if Helen Mirren could be put on that short list.
She was sexy and Caligula.
I
man.
wonder if Helen Mirren gets like
Mick
hit on a
Foley.
lot by younger guys, and they
sure
think
she
they're
does.
like doing her this favor, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me, I'm
Right.
Helen Mirren." Like, no.
Look at this picture of her from Caligula. You can see the fucking see-through. You can see that on my phone.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that see-through fucking
mean-
white she was wearing. That's
It would
1980.
be so cool to be that old and have guys want to fuck you. That must be the worst part about getting old. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting ready for it. I mean,
Don't men want to make love to you?
ugh, what? Not ones I let near me. Kidding me? Get the fuck away from me.
She's quick. I love it.
Can I brag about one?
Wait, can I see this?
Can I show off about one thing about my show? We've talked about the
Holy
cursing
fuck.
issue before, right?
Yeah.
I've got it down to
Right on,
where
man.
I only swear. I drop one F-bomb, but it gets a standing ovation.
Are you trying
Yeah.
to hurt my feelings?
No, I'm just saying different people work different. Here's the
I
thing.
got it down to one word that's not the F word.
All right, you want me to tell you why this is?
Boy, I didn't see that coming.
I'm going to drop
smooth.
an F-bomb for you guys,
Setting up
okay?
his own bit.
I very rarely do this. But it was that lady in Australia, the first time that our bodies became one. She just looked up at me and looked me right in the eyes, and she said, "Fuck." And I was hooked.
Why are
So
you
it's-
gazing into my eyes while you're telling this?
For unknown reasons.
Too intimate.
And then she later said she just
Holy
kind of wanted
me.
to dangle it out there. She didn't want to overdo it. She wanted to see how I reacted. And I was hooked. I was like a
That was
guy
it.
with his first taste of some type of...
See, if she wanted that reaction out of me, she would have to say like,
N-word?
I wish your cock was black," and then I would just come on her leg like a dog.
There is. It is fun being friends with you, Jimmy, because I know, like, if I do something, if I have a threesome or I fuck a guy with a giant dick, I'm like, Jimmy's gonna be so proud. Like,
yeah.
I can't wait to tell him.
I'll be very happy for you.
Mick, you have a micro penis?
It's an Irish penis.
You got an Irish penis.
Was it drunk?
Irish penis.
Redheaded? What? I don't know.
Annie, that's a callback because Annie told a nice story about fucking a guy with a micro penis.
Yeah.
By the way, I got
Twice.
a text from a woman I
She
know.
went twice.
A woman I know, I'll just say she's from Atlantic City and she's a cop. And she texted me, "I was so rude to the guy in the micro penis store." She had a guy like that. She said, "When I touched it with my hand, I actually looked at him and asked, 'What is this?'" And I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, I was drunk and put my hand on his pants. He had been trying to sleep with me for a while, so I was literally surprised, like, really? This is what you brought?" And it didn't end well. And I told him I had to go to the bathroom, and I snuck downstairs and left.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Here's the thing that's
Great
fucked
is
up.
that. Good
I
for
love
you.
that he was aggressively pursuing a cop. She handles guns. She's
But it
not
might
gonna
have
want
been
your little
before
dick.
she was a cop.
Yeah.
Why would I have to give a literal answer to that? She's kidding.
Did it say
Fucking
anywhere in the
asshole I am.
story
serious.
that this was a female cop?
What's that?
Does it say that it was a female cop?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, a female cop.
Jimmy, you want to tell that other little story that you told us during the break, or you?
I'm not ready to yet.
You
I
sure?
want to, yeah, but I just can't.
Wow,
It's
is this what it's like? You just egg him on like this?
Nah,
You
but
have to
there's
though
always-
sometimes because
Yeah.
A couple of stories I won't tell. That one,
he's got a great story. He'll tell eventually. That's the
Eventually.
beauty
Yeah.
of the show. Eventually, it comes out.
it just feels too cruel.
You want me to tell my story about
But it could have been
a micro
another-
penis on a cop?
A micro penis on a cop?
And micro penis, my micro penis story involving a cop.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Someone's like,
This
put
is
your
a-
hands up.
All
Your
right,
dick
and this
sucks.
is on camera.
How
right?
drunk were you when you were
the-
driving
You ever
home?
have one of those days when you're driving long distances and all the compiled injuries you've suffered, nerve damage, the lower back, they combine to
Sure.
create
Yep.
the loss of sensation, so you can no longer feel your genitalia as you're driving. You know these days.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
Happens to the best of us.
And then, and you literally, although on one level you know it's still there, you can't feel it. And so I got pulled over for speeding because I was reaching down to make sure my penis still existed. And when I got pulled over and I was asked why I was speeding, I said, "I can't find my penis." And that was my excuse, and I got off.
Was
And they
it
said, "What do you
there?
mean?" It was there. It was kind of tucked away. It was scared. It was hiding.
Your dick was like in a fucking like a shame curl under your fucking ass cheek.
Taking a nap.
Are you going crazy?
Is
he going crazy?
No, this is a true story.
But you're driving, and where would your penis go? You left the house with it. Where the fuck could it be?
It just you lose the sensation if you've dropped elbows on concrete for 20 years, and then I just momentarily couldn't find it, and
that scared you like you might have
for
taken
it.
a walk?
I put my foot on the pedal. I got pulled over, and my excuse was, I can't find my penis.
And was it a lady cop? And she just reached out and she's like, here it is, sir.
Or he let you go.
And we started sucking your dick.
We had a bass line that came in that went boom. Do they still have bass lines in
porns?
Yeah.
Not so much.
No.
I always thought that I have a twin brother, and when I was a kid, I always thought I was going to grow a dick. It was like really confusing for me. I couldn't understand. I kept asking my mom when my dick was going to grow in. It didn't. I don't know why.
That's just a very... We all looked at that story and like... we know you're serious, and there's something really interesting about that. No one knew where to go with it.
No, we were all trying
actually fairly...
we used to like bounce on the bed after we would take baths, and we had a song like... It would be like, you have a penis, I have a vagina, and we would just sing that, but I just never got it.
That's a story that I could like hug you for, or I could just go home and jerk off to. Either option is acceptable.
I think I was mulling over those options in my mind too, because I was realizing that I'm looking at a beautiful young lady who's using the word dick and grow in the same sentence, and I'm just feeling sad.
Are you a dirty talk?
I can't believe you think I'm young. Thank you.
You are young.
You're not a dirty talk guy, or you are?
I do like it, but I like it sparingly. So that's why I rarely use the words in real life.
Let me
that
ask
way they take on a greater meaning when
you
exercised
pull them out.
What turns you on
bedroom.
when a woman says to you?
I do enjoy my wife dropping the occasional F-bomb, as long as it's occasional.
Is it saying...
Is it what, faggot? You fucking faggot. That would be me fucking someone. Fuck
Wow.
Is it...
Tough room, Mick. Tough room today, huh?
Yeah.
But no,
She's turning on me.
Is it
No, I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Is it like, oh, fuck me, or I fucking... Is it like an aggressive thing, or saying, like... Or any woman, doesn't have to be a wife, but is it I want you to fuck me?
Well, no,
or,
it would have to be my wife.
But I mean, in general, I'm not trying to ask... I don't... You know,
You know what? It can't be used. It has to be used as a verb. You know, it can't. You know, like when I watch.
Like you wouldn't turn you on
verb?
if someone just said,
Googling verb.
Like the girl that just sits on the porn and says, "Oh, f yeah," is using the word incorrectly. You know, it's got to
For
be
you.
used,
For
me,
your purposes.
for my purposes.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if I feel comfortable getting this intimate with you guys about my intimacy.
That's very interesting.
But is it appropriate for Santa Claus to ever use the F word?
No,
Never.
never.
Question? Brings it back around to Santa Claus obsession.
You want to know? Here, you want to know about traumatic events? All right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Can I just say that I'm fully scared of you?
All right. Okay.
Okay.
You will be.
You should
and I'm going to
Okay.
use one here, and this is why I don't go there very often, because you never know. I remember that the movie with John Travolta as the attorney, where he said you never actually ask a question unless you know the answer. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, when you
Did
get
he really
this
say
toy,
that? He should have practiced that in his massage therapy fucking experiences.
Sessions.
Yeah, exactly. So just fucking going for it.
Well, in the late 80s when I was in Texas and I was on my brief 6-month run that I would have to live vicariously through for the rest of my life.
Right.
The memories, you know, I actually thought I invented the phrase, "Tell me what I'm doing to you." Tell me what I'm doing to you, because you want to hear that word. And then this Texas girl goes, "You're fucking me, I reckon." And it just...
No kidding.
Just took the...
I reckon.
You're fucking me, I reckon. It just kind of took the zing out of it for me for a while. Where's Tambor, man?
I just texted. He's hopefully on his way over. I don't know.
Okay.
Do we know that he's on his way over?
No, Roland's checking. He was supposed to walk over after Morning Joe.
Oh, the Morning Joe.
I don't know if he did Morning Joe or not. But yeah, weird things, it changes what will turn me on to hear. Certain words, trigger words, are very, very fucking sexy.
Mick,
Let's hear it. What?
I can't think about, like, because when certain women have talked to me about fucking other guys, it's turned me on a lot. But it has to be genuine. It can't be porn, and not in conversation. But I mean, in a dirty fuck sense. But it can't be porno-like.
Yeah.
It's got to be genuine and real. Otherwise, it wouldn't turn me on. Porn stuff like porn lingo wouldn't turn me on.
Because you know it'd be fake.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
Well, you know what was real?
The actresses.
Should we talk about this? And this was, you have to realize, this is at a time when I didn't realize I was suffering the aftermath of too many head injuries, where we had Ginger Lynn in. And I thought you and Andy were
Anthony.
You and Andy.
Head injuries.
You and Anthony. I thought you were being a little tough on Ginger.
Ginger? I was very nice to Ginger.
You were not, and Sam was there. We had to turn off the camera. I felt like, because she had a segment on her show called "Can my vagina melt this?"
Right.
Right. And then, so the boys were trying to come up with items that
I love that. Yeah. That's great.
that she could use.
Al Gore actually used her pussy in his documentary.
So it's somewhere. I just came out with it. You guys were here, right? I was like, what if instead we see how long it takes Ginger to have an orgasm on my knee? Like, I don't know where that came from.
Right.
I
that
do.
Seemed like what?
The desire to have her rub her vagina on your knee and to try to squeeze it into a legitimate bit so you don't have a divorce filed. I know exactly where it came from.
And we closed,
Were you kidding?
We closed the curtains,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we
and
did.
now I had reason. The reason I knew she was easily orgasmic is because I had seen her when she and Christy Canyon host Playboy Radio. I had seen Ginger have an orgasm while giving Christy. While manually stimulating Christy,
it real?
I thought,
Yeah,
you
never
could.
know.
The face went all flush and everything. It wasn't like she was pretending to have one. I mean, she had a legit explosion, and so I knew she was easily orgasmic. And so, in my mind, that had been rattled so many times, I thought, why not see how quickly she can have an orgasm on my knee?
That's a great idea.
And we took little wagers on it, and I exceeded all expectations. Turns out I've got a heck of a knee.
This is not helping your Santa Claus thing.
They're completely different people. The bad Mick who was on that couch over there in Santa, that was head injury Mick.
That's right. This is another character. This is pussy knees.
But why were we bad to her?
You know what? I thought you were pressuring her a little bit. Just a little
So
bit.
I made her
It's
come
Ginger
on my
Lynn.
knee.
A little bit. What were we supposed to do with it?
I don't know.
Jizz all over my
We were
kneecap.
nice to Ginger Lynn.
But you know what? It was really a nice moment. It took
we were
28
nice to her.
seconds. She embraced me.
That can't
she
be
was
real.
shuddering.
She came in 28 seconds.
We were here, right? She wasn't faking it. It was real.
I never believe porn. I never believe in
Yeah.
orgasm. If I'm fucking a girl and she goes, "I'm coming," I just want to stop and go.
But
"No,
she
you're
didn't
not."
say
Yeah.
that. She was shuddering. And look, not that I have a lot
Maybe
of
they're afraid
experience.
you're going to come and they want you to stop.
And here's the thing. I went right from O&A, and I went downstairs, and I did the out cue. I did a PSA for out cue about
And
bullying.
they fought to get on your knee.
But it
What's
was
that
really,
icky smell?
Hold on a second.
Dogs are
I'm
just
talking
sniffing
here.
my knee.
Right.
I'm talking.
Dogs sniffing my knee.
It was a very sensitive anti-bullying
sorry.
PSA.
Yeah, bullying is a very serious subject in schools.
And it wasn't until I was walking out of the building here that I was like, I don't know if I should have done that.
Stop.
It never talking about Ginger, not the PSA.
Yeah, stop.
I was glad
It's
I
all
did
good.
that. Okay.
Don't
All
worry
right,
about it.
Yeah, who cares if you're talking about bullying? You have to basically, watching a girl get bullied into coming on your leg. There's nothing hypocritical at all about that. You got what you needed, and that's all that really matters.
It's not the way I saw the story, Norton. I was the prince in knight in shining armor.
28 seconds to orgasm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not real.
I got
She's
a
pretending
knee,
to
and we
come.
have a couch here, Annie. If you want,
I felt, I felt like it
would
wasn't
never
real.
work.
I felt
I've
like it
never had
wasn't
an
real.
orgasm.
No, it was.
I like Tracy Lord. She came in here. She was cool.
I wish I was here that day.
She
I
was
loved
cool,
her
man.
fucking slow. Her tits
She
were
was a lot of fun.
They had a unique shape to them, didn't they?
God, was she good, man.
Well, that's because she was 16 at
16,
the time.
yeah. Tom
We
Byron
didn't
used to
know.
date her.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
No, nobody knew. It
They
wasn't-
destroyed all that material.
Yeah, you can still get it.
Statement. Jimmy with just a statement.
Yeah, that was a fucking. There was no punchline there.
Can I ask you a question,
Yeah, there
Annie?
was.
Annie?
Yeah.
He's coming up now, by
You
the way.
were surprised that I thought you were a young lady. How far off am I when I say 30?
You're 2 months off.
All right, okay. That's not bad then, right? That's really young by my...
I mean, I guess sort of. You should never, if you're a girl and you joke about how old you are, people are always going to think you're so much older. If you're like, I'm not I remember I had a friend who was like, she's like, said something about, I'm 30 as a joke, and the guy goes, you don't look a day over like 29. She was fucking 22.
Right.
You're gonna find out what people think real fast. Who cares though? I don't give a shit about getting older. I just wish I had more money to not be borrowing money from my dad. It would be great.
You're getting there.
So here's an Amazon wish list, guys.
Yeah.
Give my dad his money back.
Nick, we got Jeffrey Tambor coming in, so really fast, the Caroline show, because I know you want to get that out.
Yeah, Caroline's is
June 1st, you said?
June 1st.
Week from Sunday?
Yeah, tickets are moving really, really nicely, so there's about 50 left. And honestly, like I look at this as the biggest thing I've done, because I think it's going to get if WWE gets on board, it'll be them to get so much easier to.
But they're filming it for what? To figure out something?
They're filming it so that like guys like Vince can watch it, because I think they.
But what would Vince do then?
Well, they've got their own network.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, it would be a nice springboard for me. I was talking with Colin Quinn last night on the Artie Lang show, and he said, Comedy Central's so jammed with acts that it's hard to stand out. But if you were the one guy that was, say, on USA and there was a special,
right,
it might. Because I really do think, and you don't hear me come on and brag about my wrestling or my books, but I really think if people just checked out, and once they see the show, they get it and they like it, and I think this will help people
what a
get
piece of
it.
Shit
Like
Colin is.
Jeffrey Tambor outside the studio.
I'm so sorry.
You're gesturing what we want to say to Mick Foley.
Just wrap it up.
Wrap it up and hurry up a little bit.
Hurry up. Remember when she was friendly? Those were the days.
He gets me.
That's Annie Lederman, and that's Mick Foley.
Are you a Letterman? No.
Well, with a D.
With a D,
Letterman.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jeffrey, and I'm very sorry. But we can bank some afterwards if you want.
It's okay.
Whatever you want to do, man. We're all good.
We're on the
It's
air.
all good.
I
Yeah.
like
we
an
are?
original, just coming in with an apology. That's how I start everything, too.
That's my whole life.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
whole life.
It's the way I live.
Hello, I'm sorry.
Good thing we didn't play his theme music when he walked in.
What is my theme music?
Oh, we have wonderful theme music for you.
Are we on?
We're on
this
the radio
as well?
No camera.
Oh, no
Oh,
cameras.
can we
no,
get
no.
one? Thanks.
Well, we got a sad one over here. Look at this sad camera we got.
Sad camera guy.
Yeah, it's just.
Boy, I bet if you're Fox News, you got something to say this morning.
Over what happened in London, you mean?
Anyway, let's talk. I don't
What you mean?
what's going on. I'm trying to do an interview.
Oh, I know, but I was just trying to spark something.
I see something sparking.
What? Yes.
Where's his theme music?
I don't.
Yeah. What theme music?
It's in the headphones.
wow.
you know.
Is it the Arrested Development?
No.
Do you recognize this music,
No.
sir?
It's the greatest music ever. Huh?
Not bad, right?
We're listening to it with the guy here.
Is that my theme music? What is it?
Oh my God, you don't recognize it? It's the Ropers.
My uncle used to play this when he tickled me.
Let's talk more about that. I think that's a whole hour right there.
Oh, it is, and we got that
Yeah,
hour.
you don't remember that? Norman Felt dancing with the plunger?
I love my Norman. We used to go to lunch the day of ratings on Tuesday. The ratings would come out, and there would be this sweat on his upper lip because I think the deal with Norman was after a certain number, he couldn't go back to Three's Company.
Right.
And that was Norman was an intellectual. Did you know that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you, Mick?
I did not know that.
Wait, why couldn't he go back to Three's Company after a certain number of episodes?
Contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those were different days.
How long did you guys last?
I think we did 2 seasons. I didn't think we would do 1 season. I just said, I'll just do this. And I didn't know anything about television. I knew nothing, but I had so much fun. Get this. The same year I did The Ropers, I did And Justice for All.
Oh,
Wow.
that was Jeffrey.
And so there it is. I mean,
Wow.
The same actor does The Ropers. And
No kidding.
But,
That's showing a little range, huh?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as you were talking, as you were talking about the Ropers and Norman Fell, I was thinking of your monologue in Injustice for All. When you go to Pacino's house and you're drunk, and fucking Earl Soames did it again.
I was so nervous.
Such a
That was
great
the
movie.
first film. I didn't know what a mark was. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what there's a thing called an Apple box.
Yes.
And if you go out of frame, I had my first shot, I had a valise, and I kept going out of frame. And the guy said, do you want to put that on an apple? Do you want an apple or a half apple? And yes, I said, no, thank you. I'll wait for lunch. And that's when they knew
Oh, no.
they had an I'd never done a film. I didn't know what a mark was.
That's unbelievable.
That
Yeah.
would have been that would have been a great joke, though,
What?
if you could have played it off like you meant it.
Oh, your uncle called, by the way.
What did he say?
He said, just come on over tonight.
He's dead.
And that's
I
why.
killed him
'cause
self-defense.
Really? Yeah. Because it was
Fisted him
really,
to death.
it was very, because it took him a long time to say that. What was your question?
There's no question. I just think that would have been a good joke. You could have played it off as a joke.
Which one?
You said,
The
I'm
apple.
waiting for lunch.
Oh, no, I was too nervous. You know, my father told me always ask a question. And I was too nervous.
Thank you, Jeff.
What do you mean always ask a
I
question?
adjusted Jeffrey's microphone and he
If you
didn't care
have
for
a
that.
question, like you say, are we on TV or are we on? Ask a question, but I was always too nervous to. I was always
Yeah.
too proud, you know.
Yeah.
And you got to ask, you know. I mean, I did not know that when you do a close up that they measure it with a, you know. I didn't know any of this stuff. Thank God for Al Pacino. He just took care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew it was your first film.
Everybody. Everybody. Yeah.
Have you done anything as fun in a movie as throwing those plates down the hall? How much fun was that?
You know, in the Baltimore courthouse, there's still chipped marble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I threw real plates.
kidding.
And I went there the day before, and I was a very different kind of actor than I am now. I rehearsed too much. I went to the theater 3 and 4 hours before the performance. I was not improvisational. I worried a lot. So I actually ruined that movie, which is a very, very fine movie, with worry. I can't watch it.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry. Ugh.
That's a great movie. The only thing I didn't like about Injustice for All is the music. I thought the music choices were a little weird. Like, certain movies have weird
Are
music.
we asking you for your
No, not at
criticism?
all. I was literally...
Weighing in?
No, I was only segueing back into how good you are.
Oh, okay. Well, what are some of your opinions? Have you read any good books lately? Tell us what you're thinking.
It was coming back to how great you were, though.
Yes, I was just using it as kind of a
Yeah,
springboard
it
back
was just a
into
little
your
bridge to get
wonderfulness.
back to how
I'm
great
trying
you
to
are.
remember who that was because it was a very, very big composer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Jeffrey
I
hated it too.
I had a problem with the movie too, but I'm not sure I want to bring it up.
What was your
Oh,
problem?
my God. Don't bring it up, Mick.
It's seeing John Forsythe in bondage gear after knowing him.
Remember
as
that?
How great was that?
Yeah.
You know
what I
how come he
did
doesn't
not
show
know?
that?
and Blake Carrington, and now he's in
Do
bondage
you know
gear.
what I did not know? I didn't know what to do on your day off, because and I would just go to the set. I did not know. I did not know what to do with that energy. You know, it was just very weird. Can we look up?
Was it weird for you to be on set? What
Can
do
you
you
go
want me to look up?
online and look up the composer of
And Justice.
Injustice for All?
How great-
And then would you check?
Why
my
was the
email?
music bad?
It was just weird. It was weird music. Like Pacino's
Is it because
running,
it doesn't hold up?
No, it's just a
Or at the
bizarre
time it was
choice.
still
Like,
bad, you think?
Pacino's running up the street in one scene.
They
Like,
just
fucking
didn't need it, right?
Dominic Chianese was in that movie. He played as he
Right.
he fucking.
Oh, he was great.
He was fantastic.
a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he was great in that. Forsythe was great. Hang a man for armed robbery. Arthur.
How about Jack Warden?
Amazing.
I remember I was going to, he says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Daly's. And he said, what are you doing that for? And I said, oh, because I want to check it. He goes, what if you don't like them? And I went, you're right. So I never went to Daly's.
You ever see a Jack Warden movie called Used Cars where he played two roles?
Goodness. Did you seen him in The Verdict?
With
Have you seen him in The Verdict?
I
Yes
think
or no?
I don't remember. I'm pretty.
Then forget about it.
He took your mic.
It's The Verdict is one of the great movies of all time.
Did he play a judge?
In The Verdict, no, he played Paul Newman's sort of a friend.
I did see it then. I remember Newman in that
No,
movie.
you're lying.
No. I would
You just
never
haven't
lie to
seen
you.
it in a while,
I would
right?
rather
What do
just
you
be
want me to look up?
composer.
Composer for and Justice for All.
Yeah, it's dot
And then
and
could you
Justice.
look up Merrill Lynch? I want to check my balance.
I'd love to know what you're on.
Mick Foley's here because he's a huge fan of Arrested
I am.
Development. And I know that's why Jeffrey Tambor is here in the end. But
Am I here for 4 hours?
you could hang for 4.
Was it
We're
Dave
not going to
Pruitt
be
or
here,
something?
but enjoy yourself. Hey,
Well,
man.
I don't understand. What am I doing?
Promoting Arrested
I
Development.
really don't know what you're doing.
Do you know I did a series somewhat based? Do you know that? You know about this?
What?
Well, I don't know if I can talk about this. Can you keep that down?
I mean, I can't. I'm so bad at this.
It was, what was it?
Dave Grusin.
Yeah, you said that.
You did not.
I did. I said Dave Grusin. Did I not? You're
Yeah,
right.
he did say it.
Dave
Just
Grusin.
before you did.
That's like Danny Elfman now. Dave Grusin.
I'll nod like I know who that is. I don't know who that is.
You don't know
Ah,
who,
dang.
you don't know who Danny Elfman
Of course I do, but the audience doesn't, so I'm playing their part.
The Oingo
No, I have no
Boingo
idea.
guy.
I'm just
Yeah.
getting Metallica.
The Oingo Boingo guy.
Don't know.
I don't know if that's how he wants to be remembered.
Yeah.
Why,
I'm not saying he's
man?
not proud of the Oingo Boingo, but he's done Batman. He's done so many great.
Weird science.
everything.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, yeah, that was
He's
pre.
the Oingo Boingo guy.
He actually.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being the Oingo Boingo guy, but he's done so many great compositions.
Since then.
Can we get back to Jeffrey, please, and how much I loved when he fucking took his toupee off and went, "Hello, Arthur, nice day," and then put it back on like it was a hat?
And there were two endings. One was Chris Lottie whistling through her fingers like "attaboy," and there was that ending, which was the original ending that Barry and Valerie wrote. And get this, I just did the Phil Spector story with Al Pacino.
Oh my God, you played Cutler. That's
Barry
right.
Levinson was the exec producer. This is why God made a circle, by the way. I mean, unbelievable.
You played Bruce Cutler. Yeah, I did just see that. I thought it was
You
fantastic.
know Bruce Cutler?
I know who he is.
Have you ever seen him?
Yes. It's John Gotti's lawyer, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. What did he call it? He's going to Brucify you on the stand. That's what Gotti would say about Bruce Cutler, because he was such a good fucking cross-examiner.
Jimmy ranted about the movie.
I thought it was amazing. Yeah, and it
loved
was. I didn't know. I knew what some of Spector's work.
Yeah.
But to watch Pacino work that and just see how crazy he was when he saw Ronnie Spector interview, it was fucking.
And Helen Mirren.
Oh, she was fantastic.
What, Helen Mirren's in the movie?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
she
want
had
to
a-
talk about
oh, yeah,
Helen
yeah,
Mirren
yeah,
again?
Why have I not
Mick,
watched
would you
this
like to
yet?
tell Jeffrey
You haven't
Tam?
seen it?
I have not seen it.
And yet I'm here as a guest.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a fan.
Well, Jeffrey, the reason they asked me to sit in on this interview.
Oh, yeah, please. Why?
I'm actually a little starstruck because I tweeted out.
Yeah, you never get starstruck, Mick Foley.
A couple weeks ago, you can go look at the historical record. I said, why am I just finding out about Arrested Development now? And I got flooded with all these things. I didn't know it was coming back to Netflix. I saw it on a flight to London, and I thought, where is this show? I knew about it, but and even people I trusted told me it's a great show. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I went to London I saw this and went, why have I not been watching this thing all along?
I was just in London, and we were just there, and I had no idea we had the following that we have. And I mean, consider this. I know we're goofing around, but consider this. At 12:01 on May 26th, or 3:01 our time back here, someone's going to press a button, and it's going to go all over the world.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
I'm going to tell you how much I love Arrested Development, and the guys will have to vouch for me via
your
the
pants
fact
on.
that I have a T-shirt of me as Santa Claus, which I would like to present to you, and you can feel free to do it.
Have this laundered, please. Thank you. Thank you.
This is the highest compliment I can pay a show.
He loves his Santa Claus shirts,
Usually,
Jeffrey.
before I go to bed, I will watch something Christmassy
I
to help
mean,
me get to
that's
sleep.
so weird.
And in the past 2 weeks since I've returned home in the UK, it's Arrested Development every night.
Wow, that you
Isn't he
just made
strange?
this.
I
pretty good,
cannot
right?
believe you watch Christmas stuff to go to bed.
You know, it's we're very, very proud of it. I mean, there's 15 of them. We love Mitch. It almost approached Newtonian physics to get that 9 people together,
Thank
because
God.
thanks to the show, a lot of us have gone on. Not Jason Bateman so much; he's had a tough time. But a lot of us have gone on, and it's hard for us to get in a room. So when we were all in a room, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
It's great. It's honestly the first show in years that I've, when my mom comes over, I'm like, Mom, you have to watch this. When my oldest son comes home from college, you have to watch this. And it's
All right, wait. But more importantly, Christmas shit to fall
go to
asleep.
bed?
Thank you, Andy. We can't let that go.
No, I can relate, because before I go
boy.
to sleep, I think of two things. I think of my my Hanukkah,
Okay.
and my bar mitzvah. So I understand.
That's weird. That's also what I think about your bar mitzvah when I go to bed.
And Mr. Tambor, have you ever been in a Christmas movie? So maybe Mick could see that before he goes to
Yeah,
bed.
my
well,
God.
nothing like like the Grinch.
The Holiday Cheermeister. You were there. This
I
year,
am-
Holiday Cheermeister. Yeah.
I am mayor of Whoville.
Yes, he certainly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
And and then
Oh my God, the weird boner that's happening right now.
Who did you play in MASH?
In MASH, I played a public relations guy. I called my mother. I said, "Mom, I'm on MASH," and she watched it, and she called me and she said, "I didn't like your costume." I said, "That is the uniform of the United States Army." She goes, "It's not for you." That's a Jewish
That was
mother.
She was worried about her boy.
I know, my son.
Can I ask if you feel
Oh, can I tell you
no.
what my son said? Wait, I got to tell you, please, because
Sure.
he just said it. He's working me for an action figure. He's 8 years
Yes.
old, and I said, I think I'm going to get that for you. And he said, oh, from the back seat of the car, he said, oh, and by the way, love your work. I am not kidding.
He's a smart kid. Is he single?
Yeah, he's 8.
Oh, I heard.
What type,
McCall.
what type of action figure was he looking
wait.
for?
He's into Legos, and these action figures.
Any wrestling yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Does he like wrestling and Santa?
Are you into wrestling?
That's what I.
He was a superstar for many
wrestler?
years.
Yeah.
One of the greats.
You know, I got to
One of the
say
greats
something.
of
No, wait a
all
minute.
time.
I got to do.
This hurts, Jeffrey.
Now wait a minute,
Hurts a little
because I
bit.
get this all the time, People say, "Love your work, Mr. Arkin." I actually, and I swear to God, on my dad's memory, I recognized you when I walked in. I swear to you, I just didn't place it.
It's okay.
Right.
It may have been Celebrity Wife
Because I
Swap.
watched porn and I thought maybe that was it.
Did you
People always
recognize
think-
me? We've met.
Have we?
Very humiliating.
Where did we meet?
Well, we met twice. We interviewed you once a couple years ago at Comic-Con with the Sigourney Weaver
of course,
film.
I would remember
Good,
that.
I hope so.
Because
And,
there wasn't anybody around.
And do you not remember our moment together? Huh?
Let me see that, Jim.
Of course he
I
doesn't.
look like there's something wrong with me. What the heck is that?
It was, you had just done Glenn Ross with Alan Alda.
Yeah.
And,
You look good.
thank you. I look fat.
No, you don't look fat.
Jimmy, you look like shit. You look like a corpse, a bloated corpse.
That was with, you remember that Sigourney went out in that crowd. Now that's dangerous.
We interviewed you at a small table. There was no fans there.
I do remember you. I do remember you.
He's shaking his head no.
This is sadder. This is sadder.
Yeah, but Jimmy was 30, 40 pounds heavier. 30
I mean,
pounds,
he
let's
was a
say,
fat little
right?
pig.
How do you lose your weight?
Just the gym and eating better.
Tell him, Weight Watchers.
Yeah, no, I have no, just a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
all I did.
it is hard.
Yeah.
I used to weigh 270 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah, you guys
What are you down
both
to
look
now?
good.
269. I can't do this.
Great.
Am I?
Yes.
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Who'd you play in Taxi?
Definitely.
What was your
Mankind or just Mick
Let me
Foley?
ask you this.
Sure.
Is The Wrestler not one of the great movies of all
It
time?
is a great movie. Great.
It's
yeah.
a great movie.
It
And
is.
did he not nail that, Mickey?
I walked in skeptical, and, I reviewed it for Slate.com. They wanted a wrestler's take on it, and I walked in not wanting to like it.
Of course.
Within 10 minutes, I was like, this guy, he's not doing an imitation of anyone, but I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
There's so many shades of guys that I've known over the years.
He's not. If you want to see something, you must, and I was there when he did it, you must see his acceptance speech at the
Golden Globes?
Independent
really?
Spirit Awards.
Okay.
It is the funniest, foulest, offbeat, most wonderful speech I've ever seen.
Okay.
Wow.
What an actor this guy is.
You know Chuck Zito, right? Well, of
course.
I've known Chuck from just being around, but Chuck's not the guy who calls me at my house. And I got a call from him one night, and he was like, "Hey, Mick, it's Chuck Zito. Hey, Chuck, how you doing?" He goes, "I got somebody wants to say hello to you." And he put Mickey on the phone because I was the first wrestler that he'd gotten feedback from that wasn't involved with the film.
Yeah.
And he was just really grateful that I thought that he'd nailed it. I mean, I loved it.
Because he played
Yeah.
a real person. He didn't play a caricature of a wrestler.
Yeah.
He just played a real guy and a father and, just a regular struggling guy.
It was good. I liked 9.5 weeks when I was a preteen.
That explains a
that
lot
was my
about you.
That was my first spank, shall we say? And and so to see him, I mean, he definitely changed physically, but it was like the perfect role for what had happened to his physical appearance.
When you, do you now have physical ailments because of wrestling?
man, it's
What do you
bad.
got?
He's hurt.
Bad, yeah. I actually, it's the first time I called Deltas. I'm going to Columbus, Ohio, and it's the first time I ever requested wheelchair assistance. Bad back day today. I got out of bed. I was like, oh, this is not going to be a good day. I had a very physically punishing style that I chose when I was 19 that no longer seemed like such a good idea when I hit my 30s.
Not Staples, I hope.
Everything.
Holy
Everything,
mackerel.
yeah.
He's missing an ear.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Whoa.
Really? See, Jeffrey Tambor wants to see the missing ear? All right.
Sure.
That's
I
pretty
got to
cool.
show you the good one first. There's the good one.
Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
There's
perfect
the-
ear.
and there's
Why are
the
you
other
missing it?
one. It was one of those moves that didn't work out like I'd hoped.
Did it get snagged?
You know what? I got caught up in the ropes. And in Germany, the ropes were a little too tight. And, when I pulled out of the ropes, and I'd had my ears injured before, so when I was down in the mat, I could see the blood dripping down pretty quickly. And I thought, geez, the ear's mostly cartilage. It's not likely to bleed back there. And we had this unique situation because our two English-speaking referees had been sent home, one because of knee injury, one due to a death in the family. We had a French referee who was unable to tell us that he had my ear.
He couldn't just show you?
You know what? It all goes by. There's some footage on the new DVD, like a handheld from Germany,
That is
and he
crazy.
actually hands it to the ring announcer, who can be seen like literally running to the back with it. And we kept wrestling.
That's what I'm going to watch when I go to bed now.
Me too. I'm in.
And do you want to hear a story? And this, I was talking to the guy.
Well, you got to ask Jeffrey Tambor.
I
It's
don't
his
often
time.
I love
drop an F-bomb, but I will hear it. And you have to preface this, but I have to preface this by saying Booker T is a tough dude in the world of wrestling. He did some time in jail that he's written about for armed robbery, and he got into wrestling. Tough guy, and he was on his first overseas trip with the group I was wrestling with, and he said, when I walked in, this is his first glimpse of me. I walked in, I just lost my ear, and I walked in and I said, I think I just lost my fucking ear. Bang, bang, which was the catchphrase. And Booker T said he was in the corner going, I'm not sure this business is for me, man. Yeah, because you're kind of on that like adrenaline rush. That's what happens after you've been injured. You come down after that. But
you're a young man. Are you 40?
40, almost 48, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Appreciate
You
that.
look young.
So
yeah,
now,
you look good.
Appreciate that. And now I know people come up to you and say, there's always money in the banana stand?
Young man came up to me in the airport the other day, and I said, "You want a picture?" He goes, "I just want you to do something for me." I said,
Oh, my gosh.
Well dressed, handsome. He said, "You have to say there's always money in the banana stand." I said, "That's it?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "There's always money in the banana stand." And he got all emotional and walked away. So we're talking about a fan base here. That is
What is that
amazing.
from? What is that from?
Arrested Development, and our pal Patrice was in that scene.
Yeah.
Patrice
What is
O'Neill.
with you?
Here's my special request. Without any exaggeration,
I'll do it.
We have referred to my son Mickey, whose nickname is Pickle, as the holiday Picklemeister since the Grinch. So if you would utter the words "this year's holiday cheermeister," something along those lines, just
What's the line?
I think it's this year's holiday cheermeister.
We did it perfectly.
But
This year's holiday cheermeister. But I thought you were going to ask me for, because I have another one that they shout from taxi cabs. Do you know what it is?
No,
What is it?
Mr. Soames did it again.
They said they'd be fine. They'd be professional, but that's fine. Do you know what it is?
We do not know.
Hey Now.
oh yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah.
So I have Hey Now.
I know.
And I have There's Always Money in the Banana Stand.
What's Hey Now from?
Come on.
I was just kidding.
Larry Sanders Show.
Larry Sanders Show.
And now my favorite
watch
Hank
TV.
Kingsley related line was actually uttered by Henry Winkler on the Larry Sanders Show, where the Hank Kingsley porn tape had leaked out.
Yes.
Remember that? And then Henry
Remember
Winkler, the Fonz, leans over to Larry and goes, so Hank's got a tape out, and Larry says he's really upset about it. And the Fonz goes, I hear he's got a huge cock, though. So what's the problem? What's the problem?
Henry is responsible for one of the biggest laughs I've ever heard. Well, we were at the DGA screening of Arrested Development. And if you remember from when he plays my lawyer.
Yes,
And,
of course.
Mitch had him do this take in the bathroom where just before we leave, he looks into the mirror and he does the take as Barry Zuckerhorn, but he does the Fonz take with the hair, and the audience went. These are adults,
right?
They
Sure.
went crazy. That is, by the way, the nicest man.
Yes.
Really?
in
We
our
say that all the
business.
time.
Yeah.
No, he's the real deal. And I keep looking for the wink, like he's an ass.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's not.
It doesn't happen, huh?
No, he is nice. He's almost too nice.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
He's been on the show a bunch, and we just feel like there's something that we just don't.
I know, I do
don't
the same
understand
thing.
about him.
Yeah.
I actually hurt his feelings. We were having lunch once, and I said, "You're bored, aren't you?" Because I can't believe.
I'm looking at the publicist from Caroline's where I'm doing a show on June 1st. Sorry.
In the middle of a
yeah,
Jeffrey
that's
Tambor
right.
story?
I just gave a thumbs up.
That's right.
In the middle of a Jeffrey Tambor story about Henry Winkler?
He's
No.
a man who
Let's
deserves an
just-
explanation,
Oh,
and that's
no,
why
no.
I gave the thumbs
Great.
up.
And the date, huh?
Yeah.
I ask about your ear, and you do the thumbs up for Caroline's. It's perfect. What are your roots? Where are you from?
I don't. My
Where
mom.
are your parents from?
My mom was adopted, and my dad's mom was adopted. But people speak Russian to me.
Yeah,
And when if I'm in Greenpoint, frowning, they speak Polish.
Polish. Yeah. You have that.
Sad Eastern
Angry.
European.
No, no. You have a beautiful Slavic face.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're smiling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie's smiling.
The first time I've ever smiled. This
Yeah.
feels
First time
strange
in
and
2
new.
hours. Jeez.
I just shot in Greenpoint.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What'd you shoot?
What's the business of it?
I'm curious. It's where my heritage is.
I love Greenpoint. The best bakeries in the world.
Still laughing.
Holy shit.
So you guys basically you can wear anything you want. You come to work.
Obviously. That's got to set a
Where do I
culture.
sign up for this job? I got to get dressed up. Look at me. I look at an
You're TV ready. You were doing some TV for Arrested
I mean,
Development,
this is an
season 4.
embarrassment.
Yeah, I was just on MSNBC.
On
Yeah,
Morning
Morning
Joe.
Joe.
I love them.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He was my congressman when I lived in Florida.
Was he congressman?
Yeah,
Oh, was he? Was
Yeah,
he Florida?
Joe.
Yeah.
I was in
Where'd
the
you-
Florida Panhandle for a few years.
I mean, you
Yeah.
look exactly like you lived in Florida. With
What's
that
your
shirt on.
lowest moment in your life?
in my entire life.
Yeah, hit
Whoa.
it. Let's go low moments.
You know what? I got to tell you, I wasn't feeling too good when I went on stage.
Caroline's?
Wounded Warrior. No, Caroline's going to be great.
Okay.
And I literally said, I went up there. You know, Broadway. You get like 10 or 8 or 9, 10 good comics. Amy Schumer was up there.
Oh, Amy's
and then
great.
Judah goes on, and Judah kills. And I told the guys from Wounded Warriors, hey, I used to do some comedy if you guys want me to come up there. And they called me up. They go, okay, Mick Foley. And then I went up there, and I tried to change my set because people were already using references. And at a certain point, I just said, if I was in a pool, I'd ask for a life preserver because I'm drowning up here.
What did the audience do?
You know, when I came back, Judah was there. He goes, dude, a few things. First of all, you never come out of a crowd when you're doing a set. And I went, all right, guys. And he goes, also, man, don't take this the wrong way, but if most comics go up there and don't get a laugh for 4 minutes, they're dead. But they were at least listening to you. And then he said I might want to actually have some jokes in my set. But I remember that feeling, just that helpless feeling of being up there. And, I mean, I'm a guy that had been in front of 20,000 people many times, and you feel like you got them in the palm of your hand, and now you're in front of 200, and you're just dying.
So you felt guilty, basically, that you had further depressed Wounded Warriors.
My lowest moment.
I've had lower, but that's the one.
My
that springs
lowest
to
moment
mind.
was doing a Bounce commercial in New York. I'm a New Yorker, and I couldn't do "Hey, my socks don't cling" correctly because my hands were shaking so badly. And the executive producer yelled from the back of the shooting studio, "How many fucking actors in this city?" That's a true story. And I cried for 2 days.
I just got the image of Rocky Balboa doing that commercial in Rocky 2. He goes, when I go out with the guys, I like to smell like a jungle rat. It's cat rock. It's cat. And then he does I like to smell mainly. And they go, smell mainly. And they degraded.
And then I started sweating under my arms, and so they got two hair dryers under each armpit, and the crew was looking like, what a locks, and I couldn't. As a young actor, my hands shook. I mean, I was, and that's all I prayed for is, will this ever stop?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the
We're being told he's got to leave.
Yeah, he has other press.
We
Where
would
do I
keep
have to
you. They're panicking.
Caroline's. I got a dig.
First, I'll see you.
I'm replacing this wrestler guy.
No, they're panicking, saying you got to go.
Hey, you guys,
if I
I'm
can
honored.
get this is a wonderful
He was
show.
about to kiss
I know,
our ass.
And I was
Yeah,
about to
he was
kiss
saying
him.
nice
He was
stuff to
about
us.
to kiss
My
our ass.
kiss-
I was
Jeffrey
going to ask him to
Tambor.
sign my picture and everything.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Jeffrey.
that's good.
Jeffrey,
And then I
were you
will-
about to kiss our ass and he interrupted? I just need to know.
I was just going to mention this is an amazing show, and people
Our
need
show?
to watch it. Arrested Development. It's an amazing show.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
this
Your
show's
show,
fine. Mediocre.
And where do I,
At best.
on this floor, where do I go to get my Sirius radio re-upped? I haven't paid my bills. Is this the right place?
Yeah, this is it.
Wouldn't that be funny?
for you.
You know
Funny
that
if you
you
listen
stopped
to it.
talking for about 20 minutes? Have I said something to hurt your feelings?
I love you. No, I'm enjoying you tremendously.
no,
I'm
Jimmy
actually just
loves
listening.
you.
I didn't
Now
want to
they're
interrupt
coming
them.
in the room to get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, it certainly was a pleasure.
Yeah.
I
Arrested
can't imagine
Development.
that anybody would be. But do I have to go to another booth?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're telling us you really got to go. Look, that guy is the one with the glasses.
By the way, you know what I thought he was?
Where's he have to go?
This guy in the trunks, I thought he was like a homeless person.
That's Roland.
Yeah.
Who,
He does his job great, though.
I went, oh no, what am I going to say? He's a homeless person.
Roland, he thinks you're
Can you
homeless.
sign our photo? Thank you.
He thinks you're homeless.
You're so proud of it.
That's how he dresses, Jeffrey.
Wasn't
he likes being
that a
comfortable.
Zevon song?
Do you
Roll
sleep
in
in
the
that and then
homeless.
just get out of bed and come in it?
Roll in the homeless.
This particular wash.
Roland, Arrested Development Season 4, Netflix on Sunday, May 26th. They pushed a button, as Jeffrey Tambor said, and it'll be worldwide.
Can I borrow $20?
You can have $20. I don't want it
I'm a little
back.
short.
I'll be happy. Sir.
Jimmy, can I have $20?
You certainly can.
This
Can I come back? I live here
we-
now.
We would love to have you back.
Because I want to start pushing the porn stuff.
Jeffrey Tambor, everyone. Mick Foley,
Hilarious.
thank you.
Very much.
Mick's going to continue with Sam, but you got the big gig at Caroline's June 1st, a week from Sunday.
That's right.
Then you got Jim Norton and Annie Lederman, who killed for us today. Annie was great. They're working together at the Stress Factory all weekend long.
Tonight through Sunday.
Right.
May I just mention the website for people across Canada and the U.S., realmickfoley.com for all upcoming events.
Also, SantaGetsHard.com.
All right. We'll see you. What? Are we off Monday? I guess we're off Monday. Not,
Thank you.
Not Sam continues. Sam Roberts.